Okay, I'll start my today's class. Already we have entered into functions, predefined, and sorry, user defined and predefined. Predefined means those are inbuilt. They are previously defined by Python. So directly we can use them. Those functions are like print, sample, and all things. And user defined functions are the functions which are defined by a user. Okay. Now I'll show you. Yeah, I'll open. I'll share my screen. Yeah, I think my screen is visible. Yeah, we have went up to views and all right. Okay. Okay. Today, I want to discuss about some more important functions like lambda, decorators, iterators, generators. These are all different types of functions we use in our uh, uh, Python. And the thing is, I forgot to explain you one concept called list comprehension. I'll show that first. List comprehension. List comprehension is nothing but short way of writing a code. Short way of writing a code. Form list comprehension is nothing but short way of writing a code. Okay. I want to write a code. I want to write a code. Yeah, I have, for example, I have a list. Okay, a list of numbers. In that numbers, what are the numbers have odd, they should become cube, and what are the numbers are even, I should get squares of those number in a list. Okay, so without I'll try to do it without using a list comprehension, and afterwards let's see by using list comprehension. Okay, yeah. I'll take a series of numbers. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. If okay, we have to use for loop, right? For I in X, if my I equal to 0, print I. I'll get all the even numbers. Okay, I got all the even numbers. Nice. But it is not my requirement. My I will become I square. Now, or else directly I can reduce one line here. I have to take an empty list. Empty list. Li dot append of I square, else li dot append of I cube. I'll print this li. I got even number squares and odd numbers cube. Okay, 5 cube is 125, 6 square is 36, 7 cube is 343, 8 square is 64, and 9 cube is 720. These program I have, these are requirement I need, and I have written some 5, 7, okay, some 8, 6 to sorry, 7 lines of code. I have written 7 lines of code. 8 lines, sorry, 8 lines of code. Now I'll do the same thing with the help of list comprehension. Okay, is equal to for I in x, for I in x, for loop. We have to write for loop like this, and if my I by 2 equal to 0, I'll print I square. I'll explain you this code, okay? Don't worry. Else, I give print list count. Okay, I got the same output. Instead of writing these 8 lines, you can write, sorry, 7 lines, okay? 7 lines up to here, okay? I'm not considering this because I'm using the same list for this also, right? So I'm not considering. Instead of writing these 7 lines, you can just write in 2 lines only, okay? It is the most important because in real time the size of the code should be less. I mean, you should not write unnecessary validations, unnecessary conditions, and unnecessary code in your real time programs. This will become somewhat lag in application running. Okay, so you have to avoid these unnecessary code implementations in your program. So you have to make a habit of using these types of new methods to implement in your programs. Okay, yeah, that's about list combination, and also I'll explain you once again with a small example, uh, because I think you will get confused, right? Yeah, I'll take a list, or else without li is equal to li is equal to for I in range of 1 comma 11, that means 1 to 10. I want to get 1 to 10. I'll print li. Let's see what will happen now. I got an error, invalid syntax. Okay, what I'll do is I'll give I here. If you want to print anything, you have to give here. Okay, I got my list. Okay, here you have to use for loop first, and whatever the things you got, you have to if you want to print that, you have to place in this corner. Okay, in this corner. Now I want to get only even number from 1 to 10. So if I by 2 equal to 0, then I should get I. Okay, sorry, it's not capitalized, small I. Now let's see the output. Here I got an error. If you use an if expression, for sure you have to use else expression, because you have used if condition in the left side. If you give same if condition in the right side of your loop, I mean for loop, if I by 2 equal to 0, then I will print I got the output. Okay, if you have both if and else conditions, you have to use at the left side of your loop. If you have only if condition, you have to use on the right side of your for loop. Okay. Are you getting my point? Try to note this one and this one also. It's very important. Okay. Yeah. Let's go with another concept called lambda. Lambda is also somewhat similar to list compression, but let's see what is lambda, LAMBD. Okay. Uh, First of all, I'll try to give definition of lambda. Lambda is an anonymous MO anonymous function which is to create create non-functionality or else small functionality. It takes multiple uh, 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 yeah, uh, expression. Okay. Yeah, this is about lambda function. Lambda is an anonymous function which is used to create small functionality and where it takes multiple arguments and only single expression. Anonymous means this function will not have any name and village. Okay, it don't have any name. We have there is no need to define this lambda function directly. You can write it. Okay, so I'll store it in a variable called cube. Okay, cube is equal to lambda x is to x cube. Now, okay, or else I'll give x only because I think there is some internal word with the name of what happened. Parameter x of unnamed. Yeah, it is out. I'll use q1. Okay, so cube of 10. I have to print this. Without print statement, you can't see anything in your program except syntax errors. Yeah, I got 1000 directly. Okay, okay, it is a short function. You may think that we can write in normal program also, we can write in 2 or 3 lines, but what is special in this? Okay, I'll show you a different uh, expression, some complex expression. A square plus 2ab plus b square. I want to work out with this function, with this expression. A, I'll take you. Okay. Now cube of 10. You will get an error because we have given 3 elements, 3 position arguments, but it was taking only one, right? So what you have to do is I'm giving all the values A, B, and C. Now I'll run whether any formula, it will execute only with simple code. Okay, that's why it without any function name. Okay, that's why it is called an anonymous function. It can take any number of variables. Okay, comma with any number of arguments, because I'm taking A comma B comma C. So here only single expression. If I give a comma and A plus B, 2 expressions, I'll get an error. Okay, that is the issue with the lambda. Only it will take only single expression, but multiple arguments. This is about lambda. I'll do with decorator now. Decorator. Without changing the code, can change output of the code. Okay, that is nothing but for example, I want to write a code def display. Print to my home. If I call display, I'll get welcome to my home. But the thing is, here my client wants to change the output of the code by adding some designs uh, above and below of that welcome to my home. He wants that requirement. So he don't want to change. He said that don't want the original, don't change any, don't make any modifications in the original code. But I need the output. How we can do means you have to use a decorator function. This only a normal name. You can use any of the word. Okay. There are some rules to write decorator function. Let's see what are the rules. When you are trying to write a decorator function, it should take a function as an input for sure. Without taking, these are some rules. Okay, these are some rules, and also it should have an inner function. It should have an inner function should be a replica of this original code. That means how many parameters the original code is taking, the same parameter should be taken by your inner function. Okay, now I'll print some designs like some dollar symbols. Here I am using F, I'll call it, and again I'll print some slash X. Now I'll return inner function. Let's see the output. Let's see the output. I am getting only welcome to my home. Now I'll call take one of getting nothing here. So you should not use take one like that. You have to add to this by using @ symbol, take. That's it. I got an error like null type object is not callable, because here you should not call the function. Just you have to use the name. That's it. Then you will get designs without changing this original function. Just by adding this dec1 to my function, I'm getting this output. I got designs above and below of my welcome to my home. That's it. Without we got a justification about without changing original code, we can change the output of the code. and you have to follow these rules for sure. It should the decorator function should take a function as an input, and it should contain an inner function for sure. And this inner function should be replica of your original code. Okay, I'll show you another program in decorator function. Okay, now I'll write a function for division. It will take two parameters, right? I want to deal with two parameters. So z is equal to x by 1. I'll return this z. I'll call this divide now. Divide 5 comma 10. Okay, I'll store this in a variable because when you are using return, you have to use print statement. I got 0. Okay, when I use 10 here and 5 here, I'm getting 2. But my client wants to uh, he wants the bigger number in the first place and smaller number in the last place. However you give, if you give 2 and 10, he should get the output as 5 actually, but I'm getting 0.2. He should not get 0.2, he should get 5. 10 by 2 is 5, right? So upper number should be in the front and lower number should be in the back. That's it. Okay, as a first element as the upper large value and small value as the second element. So without changing this original code, I'll try to change the output of the code. Okay. You can use any name, not only tech1. I said it should have some function as an input. Def inner function with any of the name. There is no need to use only this name. And I said inner function should be replica of your original code. I'm taking a comma b. If a is greater than b, then f of a comma b, else of b comma a. Okay, and also I'll store it in a variable c is equal to now I'll return this c, and also I'll return this inner function. Okay, now at rate tech 1, let's see the output. I got 5.0 as my output without changing the original code, without changing anything in my original code. Just I have added decorator function. That's it. But my output got changed. Okay, this is how decorator function will work out. It is very important. The frequently asked interview question, mostly asked interview question. So you have to concentrate in this program and you have to understand the concept. Okay. Yeah. Now. Okay. I want to continue, but okay, I'll go with generator now. Generator is a special function which uses yield keyword to return the value. Okay. Okay. I'll take the class tomorrow because you have to understand the concept of the return and yield. Okay. So I'll explain this concept in tomorrow's session. Okay. I mean, tomorrow is something Friday, right? Okay. Sorry, tomorrow is Saturday, right? So next week I'll try to complete whole syllabus. Okay. Yeah, in the next week will be yeah, next week will be the last week of Python classes. So after that, Django classes will get started. Okay. By the next week, I'll complete all the sessions. Okay. Yeah, that's all about today's class. Anyone there? No one. So you can leave. Sorry, I will leave.